My name's Teri Ingram. I'm an officiant, and I do weddings, I do elopements, micro weddings, and I also have this wonderful studio. Several years back, I lived out in Harrison, Idaho. I was renting property out there with my husband at the time, and a friend approached us and asked if we would be interested in hosting weddings. And it's like, well, why not? You know, because where we sat, we had a really great view of the lake, and it was just beautiful property. Pretty open space surrounded by trees, so sure, why not? And her friend who was looking to get married set it up with us, came out. It was a big old party. People came out with their campers and their tents, and they set up the day before, and then the next day they had their wedding, and then everybody stayed that was going to stay. And from that, we ended up having 2 more weddings out there. So I actually really fell in love with the wedding industry at that point. I was like, yes, this is what I want. I want a venue. But as life would have it, you know, circumstances change. Moving forward, got a divorce. I moved away from there. And so I got away from the wedding industry when I was really just getting started, but I always had it in the back of my mind. I want to have that venue someday. Fast forward, I'm remarried, and I have a very supportive husband, very supportive family. And it's like, well, you know, I do want a venue, but I can't do it yet. What else can I do? I can marry people, and I love it. When I decided I want to get back into the wedding industry, and I was like, I'm going to be an officiant, I went online, I got ordained, and then I did nothing with it because I was getting ready to get married myself. And I was like, Plus I was nervous about the whole thing anyhow. I'm really putting myself out there, and I just want to get through my wedding, and then I'll focus on it. So that came and went, and a new year had started, and it was like, okay, we're doing this. My husband's Charlie, and we have 5 kids together. We're a blended family. I think that's important to know. Charlie and I have both been married before, so we know how it goes. And I just have to say, like, he is the most supportive person I've ever met in my entire life, and I fully mean that. I don't want to get too far into it because I'm going to cry. A son, Jordan, he's 16. Charlie has 4 daughters. Bailey, she's 14, Ellie's 12, and then the twins, Nix and Maddie, they're 8, and they've all been involved in this business. Ellie, she's super artistic. She actually helped me with my logo. I gave her a few examples of what I was looking for, and she put her own flair on it, and I chose one, and I'm rolling with it. I love it. I love the logo, but that was all Ellie. My first elopement ever was over at Tubbs Hill, and Charlie and Jordan came with me. They were there to support me, which I was so happy because I was nervous. But they were there to support me, and they did great because the couple showed up, and hey, you have bags. They had shoes and stuff they wanted to change into. They helped carry everything. They helped take pictures. They helped hold stuff. And it really, really takes the load off of a couple. Especially when you're eloping, you know, who knows what you're going to bring. All the hands you have to help and stay in the background while you just do your thing and be with that person you love, it's huge. The whole family is involved. The whole family's supportive, and I'm very grateful. So I actually took over this venue mid-October of 2022. This venue is for the couple that is looking for something simple, yet slightly elegant, something that they can come to and bring a few decorations or no decorations. People like to come here and just get married, just the 2 of them. Some people, you know, even if you know a lot of people, there's a lot of pressure of inviting everybody and then paying for that head count wherever that venue is. So sometimes it's easier to say, hey, I'm just going to invite close family, and then maybe have a bigger reception elsewhere. Or not, you know, maybe you just want to come and you want your family or your close friends to see you here, and then the 2 of you go off and do something that you want to do without everybody there. So it's really for the couple who's looking for, I don't want to say simple necessarily, but along those terms. You can make it as elegant as you want anywhere you go. You could go to the woods and make it as elegant as you want. And honestly, who doesn't want to get married in the nature, you know? It's beautiful already. But this is a place for somebody like that. Age, you know, I can't really say that it would be more for the young couple versus the older couple because I've had both, and they both really enjoy it. So we do have a room up in our loft that's separate for the bride to get ready, and if she has a maid of honor, or bridesmaid, or her flower girl, they're welcome to go up there along with mom or grandma, maybe Aunt Betty, whoever you got. And then for the groom, we have a separate room as well. You're welcome to bring a wedding cake if you want, and have that little moment, or have a little first dance real quick. You know, I've had people ask me that. Also, if you want to do a quick champagne toast, you can do that. The only thing I say is bring your own stuff. I do have a cake stand, actually 3 different sizes that you could use, and also the utensils to cut it. The cap on guests for this venue would be 25. That does not include the couple and their photographer. If you have 25 people that you want to invite 25 people. We offer faith-based and non-faith-based ceremonies. I do want to add on to that. A lot of people have different rituals that they like to do. Those are also offered. No materials included, however, I will just point that out. Faith is like a big thing for a lot of people, especially couples who might have different faith. But just talk to me and I can work with you on getting you the right ceremony script. Renting the venue does include me as an officiant, but I have had other people come to me and ask if they can bring their own, and absolutely you can do that. The only thing is that because I'm responsible for the space, I do have to be here. Most people have a friend or their dad or their grandfather, mother, whomever. Yes, absolutely do that. I have had people ask me about receptions. It's something I'm considering. I'm not opposed to it. It wouldn't be a good place to have a dinner and dancing because I have, you know, another business right below me. But it would be maybe a great space for a small little dinner with those closest to you who are coming to see you get married. So that's not out of the question. It's something I'm thinking on and hoping to expand on. The venue is actually located downtown Coeur d'Alene. It's just several blocks up from the resort, from the lake, and also from the courthouse, surrounded by restaurants and everything you could imagine that you would want, little shops. The address is 206 East Indiana Avenue, Suite 208. Unfortunately, this venue is an older building. They don't have to adhere to ADA guidelines. So this building is accessible up to my studio with stairs only. There's not an elevator, unfortunately. The package pricing for this venue starts at $250. If you wanted my officiant services outside of here, those prices start at $175 depending on what you're looking for, and they go up. So there's about 3 different tiers for that. There's 4 different tiers for in this venue, and upgrades if need be. This is a great space for elopements and micro weddings. But it also could be a great space for bridal showers, for baby showers, or even, you know, private events for employers. If you have a small group of people, you want to get together, you want to do something intimate, whatever, this would be a great space for that. So I don't want to just say weddings, elopements only. No, we can expand beyond that. So if you decide to book this venue and you're showing up and you're trying to figure out the parking situation, because we are downtown Coeur d'Alene, this building actually has parking on both sides. It says parking for tenant only, but if you're here for an event, you can park here, as well as there's parking on the street. There is a parking lot right next to us that's wide open, but it's for the gym. I've worked with several different wedding planners, photographers, caterers, you know, flowers. Also, I've talked to photo booths. They're like really popular right now. And yeah, I can definitely supply a referral list of vendors if need be. A lot of people, when they have guests, some of their guests are older. Even if they're not older, they have strong convictions when it comes to tattoos. So I do think it's important for people to know, like, I do have a tattoo. I have one on my finger as well. Me and my husband both do, and on my wrist. But I am still a professional. I do have this. I keep it covered as much as possible so that I'm not offending anybody. But I think people should know that about me. People have made things so big, like, oh, they're this category or that category. I don't do that. If you're in love and you found your soulmate and you want to get married, come here, please. I have done elopements that were super simple, like the people just showed up sweatpants and just chilling at their family's property. Those are all great. To doing an elopement recently over in Bayview, and it was snowing / raining, and the eagles were out flying around. That was really cool. Honestly, that I have to say that's probably my favorite one, just because when you're out in nature, like, it just doesn't get any better than that. I would have to say that was by far my favorite one. They're getting married. They're saying their vows to each other. There's eagles flying around over them. It's snowing, and there's this beautiful background of Lake Ponderay, and it was gorgeous. So that was probably my favorite. I like, when everybody shows up and they're getting ready and seeing, like, how the bride's doing, how everybody surrounding the bride's doing, what's their vibe. And then with the groom, is he like chill, whatever, with his boys or what? I love to see that, because it kind of sets the tone for the rest of the ceremony, and then I'm sure even the rest of the wedding, right? But I love that. And then I really like when I finally, pronounce them as husband and wife or whatever, because all of that pressure of planning a wedding, everything's finally come together for what you're actually there to do, become husband and wife, spouse and spouse, whatever it be. And you can just see it like, yes, we get to kiss now and we're married. So I love that.